Hello my friends and welcome. Today is a short story about an Irish pagan festival, called Imbolc, which is still celebrated to this very day. The festival has pre-Christian origins. Most scholars agree that the date of Imbolc was significant in Ireland since the Neolithic period. Several of the passage tombs in Ireland are aligned with the sunrise around the times of Imbolc and Halloween. This includes the Mound of the Hostages on the Hill of Tara, and Slieve na Caillig, or Hill of the Witches. Both are in County Meath. The etymology of Imbolc is unclear. The most common explanation is that it comes from the Old Irish Imbolc, meaning in the belly, and refers to the pregnancy of ewes at this time of year. It is also linked to the Old Irish verb fulcum, which means to wash, or cleanse oneself, and is suggested that it referred to a ritual cleansing, similar to the ancient Roman festival Februa, or Lupercalia, which took place at the same time of year. It is also said to derive from a Proto-Indo-European root meaning both milk and cleansing. It is however more likely to derive from the Proto-Celtic, Imbibulgan, meaning budding of plants. The early 10th century Cormac's glossary has an entry for Oimelc, calling it the beginning of spring, and deriving it from Oimelg or ewe milk, explaining it as the time that sheep's milk comes. However, linguists believe this is the writer's respelling of the word, to give it an understandable etymology. The Tain Bocuailnge, or the cattle raid of Cooley, indicates that Imbolc is 3 months after the 1st of November festival of Halloween. Imbolc is mentioned in another Old Irish poem about the Tain, which say that Imbolc starts after Candlemas. Candlemas is the Christian holy day which falls on the 2nd of February, and is known in Ireland as the feast day of Mary of the Candles. Imbolc must have been important enough for its date to be dedicated subsequently to Brigid, the mother saint of Ireland. Colgaitus, writing in the late 7th century, first mentions a feast day of Saint Brigid being observed on the 1st of February in Kildare. Brigid is said to have lived in the 6th century, and founded the important monastery of Kildare. She became the focus of a major cult. However, there are few historical facts about her, and early writings about her are mainly anecdotes and miracle stories, some of which are deeply rooted in Irish pagan folklore. It is suggested that Saint Brigid is based on Brigid, a Gaelic goddess. Like the saint, the goddess is associated with wisdom, poetry, healing, protection, blacksmithing and domesticated animals. It is suggested that the festival, which celebrates the onset of spring, is linked with Brigid in her role as a fertility goddess. It could be that the goddess Brigid was already linked to Imbolc, and this was continued by making it the saint's feast day. Or it could be that Imbolc's association with milk drew the saint to it, because of the legend that she had been. From the 18th century to the mid-20th century, many accounts of the festival were recorded by folklorists and other writers. They tell us how it was celebrated then, and shed light on how it may have been celebrated in the past. The festival is traditionally observed on the 1st of February. However, because the day was deemed to begin and end at sunset, the celebrations and observances would begin on the 31st of January. It has also been argued that originally the timing of the festival was more fluid and based on seasonal change. It is associated with the onset of the lambing season, which could vary by as much as 2 weeks before or after the first, the beginning of preparations for the spring sowing, and the blooming of blackthorn. In Ireland, a spring cleaning was also customary around the time of St. Brigid's Day. Holy wells were visited, as they were during the other Gaelic festivals of Beltane and Lugnaza. Visitors to holy wells would pray for health, while walking sunwise around the well. They would then leave offerings, typically coins. Water from the well was used to bless the home, family members, livestock, and fields. Donald Alexander Mackenzie, a historian, also recorded in the 19th century that offerings were made to earth and sea. The offering could be milk poured into the ground or porridge poured into the water, as a libation. As a pagan, I celebrate Imbolc as one of the 8 Sabbaths in the Wheel of the Year, following a midwinter and preceding a Stara. Awika, Imbolc is associated with the goddess Brigid, and as such, it is sometimes seen as a women's holiday with specific rites only for female members of a coven. Among Diana Quakers, Imbolc is the traditional time for initiations. And that, my friends, is the story of Imbolc. I do hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching, and goodbye for now.